leaders have a tough time in this world today, because I listened to and I want to get your thoughts on this, Rosie. I listened to a gentleman. I gave a keynote this past weekend, and one of the other speakers talked about virtual oh gosh, artificial intelligence and AI, and how we're all gonna be working with less humans going forward. So as we work with less people, how much more critical is it that we have really great relationships with those people? We really want to help them understand them and make sure we are getting along as best as possible, understand those people, and that they understand us. What are your thoughts on the fact that, hey, the workforce is going to get smaller? He talked about it. We're going to lose like 370,000 jobs worldwide to AI, but we're going to create like 390,000. So there's going to be different roles that people will play, and they're going to be much more specialized. So if you've got a smaller, more specialized team, you really want to make sure you don't get surprised by that resignation. Give me your thoughts.
It's such a great topic and it's so timely. And I was just being interviewed on another show a couple weeks ago about this. And here's the thing is it can be unsettling. I mean, in our book, Rehumanizing the Workplace, we talked about this, and that came out in 2020 about the shift that is happening in the workforce. And this is before, the boom of AI in recent months and years. And I think fundamentally, the opportunity is for recognizing that what AI can do is free up, and I don't, this is going to sound flippant, but maybe some more of like the monotonous or tasks that take a lot of extra time and effort, so that humans actually can be freed up for the things that only humans can do. And I think where we get stuck is that people, we are hardwired as human beings to cling tightly to what is familiar and what is comfortable. So, like, if I've manually always data entered the stuff and that's what I know and that's where I think add value in the workforce, and now that's going to be automated, suddenly it's threatening to me because what value can I add? And now I wonder where I belong. Am I not enough or whatever? But there are so many other gifts and talents that I have. And man, if I didn't do that and there were other ways, and this is where like the YOS can be helpful and other work that you do and that we do, if I have a greater understanding of self and a greater understanding of my colleagues and where my gifts and talents can shine, maybe it's, I can stretch myself and I can get out of my comfort zone, and now this doesn't feel so threatening. And machines can't form relationships. And the other thing about the rise of AI is that, we have a crisis in this country and globally, quite frankly, of mental health, of loneliness, of stress, of burnout. And AI only amplifies that. And so nothing can replace building the skills of human connection. Nothing can take the place of building the skills of how do we actually show up and meaningfully connect with other people, not by sitting on our phone through a device. And you look at even like the younger generations, people in schools right now that are going to be coming into the workforce, there's a big gap in terms of not just communication skills, but there's also a huge gap in terms of loneliness and feeling seen. And that's stuff that only humans can do. And so I think, like, to your point, yeah, there's going to be new jobs created, but it's also an understanding of, wow, there's going to be potentially an even greater increase of disconnection, of loneliness, of stress, of burnout, that if we don't get ahead of it and care for it now, all of this stuff is going to feel threatening. And I think we're going to see stuff potentially get worse before it gets better. And so I think that we can care for it in a thoughtful way rather than being caught off guard and pretending we didn't see it coming, and upskill people now to relate differently, care differently, show up differently.